Welcome to the 2018-2019 FAST Kickstart program. This video is going to explain the Kickstart process and hopefully answer some of your questions about this process. You will be working closely with your engagement coach throughout Kickstart. They will be an extra support to help you and your student overcome challenges you may be facing and make this a successful school year. All families enter our school as Tier 1. This means you are compliant and are receiving support from your teacher. Students entering the Kickstart program start at Tier 2. This is where you are currently located. This means you are struggling with general compliance issues and mandated extra support from an engagement coach is needed. Back on track plans will be implemented to ensure you are meeting our school requirements and to assist you in catching up. Students who do not comply with back on track plans in Tier 2 can be moved to Tier 3. In Tier 3, you are considered non-compliant. Back on track plans will still be issued weekly, but failure to comply with these plans can lead to family engagement points being issued. If a student still is not complying with the back on track plan in Tier 3, and they reach 10 family engagement points, they can then be moved to Tier 4. In Tier 4, an administrative meeting will take place and withdrawal is possible. This is a family engagement point rubric showing you items that your student can be issued FEP points or family engagement points for. Students can be issued FEP points for things like not completing the requirements on the back on track plan, not logging into the school daily, not completing lessons, not attending Class Connect sessions, not submitting required work samples, or attending required testings with the teacher. These are just a few of the examples. A student can be issued family engagement points in Tier 3-4. A student who has been issued 5 family engagement points in Tier 3 will then have a power conference to reevaluate where the student currently is and work on setting up a working plan to ensure that they do not incur any more FEP points. Once a student reaches 10 FEP points, they can then be moved to Tier 4, and that is when withdrawal is a possibility. This is an example of the back on track plan you will be receiving weekly in email. Your student information will be at the top: student name, ID, the current tier they are located in, and if there are any family engagement points issued. It will also show your start date, the week that you are currently on, and what your estimated completion goal date is. You will see your next check-in date and the check-in time. This is when you will be meeting with your engagement coach to discuss the back on track plan or any items that are important. Below, you will notice either a check mark will be in Class Connect, phone review, or mandatory work session. This is how you will be meeting your engagement coach weekly. Priorities to be completed as soon as possible. When you receive your back on track plan, please take the intake survey immediately. That way we will have some extra information to better assist you. You will then need to accept the back on track plan in writing by emailing your engagement coach. You'll want to schedule or set up a weekly progress review meeting with your engagement coach, and we will address the current focuses or the reasons for the referral in that meeting. Next, you'll notice the list of last week requirements and current focus requirements. Your first week of Kickstart, you will not have last week lesson requirements. So you'll want to check your current focus lesson requirements. This will be a list of lessons your student will need to complete weekly in each course. You may notice that some lessons have a higher number than what has originally appeared on your pacing guide or your schedule. This isn't to ensure that your student is catching up in areas where they are currently behind. After your first week of Kickstart, then you will notice lessons appearing in your last week requirements. Lessons that appear in green means that you have successfully completed those lessons off of your Back on Track plan. Any lessons that appear in red mean that those items were not completed off of the Back on Track plan the previous week. Upon entering the Kickstart process, your week 1 progress will be listed here. Every week thereafter, we will update a current progress and snip that here so you can see how much progress your student is making throughout the Kickstart process. You will find a list of student responsibilities, learning coach responsibilities, and engagement coach responsibilities listed on your Back on Track plan as well. And lastly, your support team will be listed. Your learning coach information, student information, engagement coach information, and teacher information will all be listed here so you can have easy access to contact whoever you may need. Also, we will have our family resource coordinator, our compliance liaison, our principal, and our parent involvement coordinator listed as well. Again, this is an example of our Back on Track plan. Some of the items may be adjusted a little bit, but this will give you an overall idea of what your plan will look like. Back on Track plans will be sent in email every Monday. The student will have until the following Monday at 8 a.m. to complete all listed requirements on the plan. Engagement coaches will be checking in with you throughout the week to ensure support. Communication is key. Support will be over the phone and in required Class Connect conferences. Please make sure that you are staying in contact with your engagement coaches and your teachers throughout the Kickstart process.